So I love how people use character variety in top 8 as evidence that balance isn't as bad for the top tiers. Rooflemonger, I was about to watch this video, right? I just saw the title alone. The numbers are in character usage data from top players for EVO 2021. This shit right here reminded me of the actual like Twitter Japanese tier list that they made based on every single usage of a top 8 placement. So Rooflemonger does the same thing but for all the EVO regions. So I want to check this video out because your comment really like coincides with this stuff. So let's get right into this.
It's a compilation of all the character usage data in all the top 16s in all 4 of the regions. Meaning we're trying to look at some trends, not just specifically who won what EVO. Like, yes, Axel won Japan's EVO for Guilty Gear Strive. Does that mean Axel is the best character in the game and he's dominating the game? Well,
nope.
No, probably not, right? Characters use...
Whoa. So we looked at Infiltration's tier list in the last video, but in this video, right, where we're watching for Rooflemonger, right? Like, you can see a trend here, right? You can see a trend. The bottom 3 least used are also the bottom 3 in this tier list. Do you see that? Y'all see that? And then, right, Kai and Eddie, right? Kai and Eddie. Eddie's a little bit up there. Kai is at the bottom, so he's number 4, which makes sense. Ramlethal was the least used, so that is kind of enlightening, huh? And of course, I don't expect anything from Eno. Eno being 4, there's like only, I can tell you right now, it's me, Daru, Kendeep, and I forget one other person probably from Latin America. But there are 4 top Eno players that placed the highest in each region, which means there was only like 1 highest placing Eno in each region bracket. Unless Kendeep didn't. I don't know how Kendeep did. He probably top, because I didn't see that one. That was EU. Diaphone is right under me. He's not bad either. Yeah, and he had a bad matchup. He had to fight Axel, and then he had to fight Eddie, and then he had to fight Soul. Like, come on. He's not bad either. I'm not discrediting, but I'm saying the highest placing was all of those. Yeah, this is top 16. So I am literally one of those 4. And that should tell you that this character is least played. Axel being 5th used, like 5 usages of him makes sense. Same with Giovanna. That makes sense. They're both solid characters. And Axel is not as easy to play. But Gio does what these other characters up above her do better. So that makes sense, right? If we look at Infiltration's list again, Axel is here and Gio is here, right? So that makes sense based on how they play, right? And then we go up the list, and then you start to see, right? We see Mad Potemkins, Mad Millias, Mad Leos. Leos, I expect it to be a little bit higher, but this makes sense if we're considering this from an order placement because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's the top 5 right there, if you were to really consider that. And then Millia and Potemkin are a little bit underneath. But that's why I said, when in my last video, I would probably put Potemkin at the head of A+, which makes sense because that's where, like, Axel and Potemkin at the head make more sense than anything else. Than, like, you know, Gio or any of the characters at the bottom. Ramlethal is really the outlier that I did not expect. But then you have Chipp and May, which 7 of them. Come on, man. It's mad obvious. 10 nagoriyukis across all 4 regions? Bruh. And a majority of them are probably North America. Bruh. Come on. Either North America or North America, Asia, or Europe. One of those 3. Or North American, Latin America. Either way, come on, man. That's why I said, you know, when Infiltration put him here, I'm like, I don't agree with that. I think he's top 5. He's the most used. And then, come on. It's very clear that Soul is the best character. It was no surprise that 13 people in the top 16 for all 4 regions was playing this character. This character killed Matt. It killed Tempest's May. So, I'm telling you, man, like, the The numbers don't lie. The numbers and the tier list making that everyone has do not lie with this shit. People gotta stop. Tournament placings, like if somebody is like at like, if people like to say, and as I said before, if we go back to Burke's comment, right? Like he says, I love how people use a character variety in top 8 as evidence, right? That you could say that all you want to, but what about, look at the top 16. Look at the top 16 and you tell me, man, like, okay, variety. This is variety to you? 13 different souls in a row? That doesn't sound right to me, right? That doesn't sound okay. And as I said before, it's the same as this tweet right here, where, you know, we see the results before. This was like almost, yeah, this is a month back. This is a 1 month back, and we clearly see the usage already from jump of the tournament. Like, this does not vary at all between any of the other tier lists we see. You can see it right there before your eyes. So I definitely think that people have to stop using the tournament like placements alone, because that will actually contradict their argument of, oh, but this game is balanced. It's not balanced at all. So the wiki has an updated list in August, by the way. Let's see. What's the updated list? Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on. Soul became number 1. Soul went over. Look at this. Look. What the hell is this? Let me get a what happened, bro. I need a what happened sound effect in the chat right now. Look.
Oh my god, what happened?
Look for yourself, yo. Look for yourself. May was top 1 and then got superseded by fucking Frederick.
Perfectly balanced. This whole thing should be.
This site updated the whole usage for this shit in the wiki.
Keep getting away with it.
And I'm gonna bookmark this site, by the way. I'm gonna bookmark it, bro. Do you see that? And nagoriyuki's number 3. He went up too. Look at that. Ramlethal, Leo, the most used across all tournaments. This was for top 4 to top 8, right? This was for top 4 to top 8, right? And this video that fucking Rooflemonger, I haven't even watched the whole video yet, but he probably talking about the same thing. I'm probably not gonna. I'm just gonna talk about it in here. Like, bro, like, look at this. It got worse. If you really add up and tally all of this from the Japanese one, it's like you clearly see the outlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is crazy.
Oh my god, what happened?
So nah, man.
No, you hate to see this type of thing
Like,
happen.
and this isn't just Evo. This is every tournament. This video right here is just for Evo top 16 for all 4 regions. This is for every tournament that has happened up till now. Nah, man. The writing's on the fucking wall. Y'all need to stop saying that tournament placements, it's a top 8 of different. Shut up, bro. It's not just North America. If you look at every single tournament, it's very clear, man. It's so clear that this game is heavily unbalanced, bro. Between this fucking character right here, Mei, Leo, Nago. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Cosmic Ev. Hope I'm saying that right. Cosmic Ev 1986. I think Millia might actually be higher than people think. Below Chipp, but not far either. She is damn near unblockable when used properly. Nah. First of all, the numbers definitely don't lie. She's lower in the scale. She's lower in the scale by numbers. By numbers alone, right? She's used around like 6 in the top 16, but in every tournament up to Evo, she's at the bottom. She's at the dregs, bro. Infiltration, A+, right next to Kai, very close to bottom 3. So it should show you, right? Like it should honestly show you that the character is a little weak in comparison to Chipp. A lot of people consider Chipp to be the better of the two. That's the first thing, right? You need to actually be good with Millia to actually move around with her. Chipp has a lot of tools to advance and get in for free, right? And cause offensive situations to occur, whereas Millia doesn't have that. And a lot of her mix-ups have some variability to them and some holes in them. Like with the throw one, she has to always do instant overhead after the throw for tandem top to connect. If she doesn't do that, however, you can jump out. So there's RPS involved, and there's ways to get out of her situations. Chipp, just, you can't fucking react to him. You legitimately can't react to him. You can't. You can't. There's things you can't react to with Millia, but there's things you can interact with Millia. If you don't mash against this character, you lose. And when you're mashing, you're not blocking, which means you're getting the fuck hit. And then he has a command grab that catches backdashes. That is hard to punish. Nah, these two characters are very different. I feel Millia is definitely lower than Chipp, and it's pretty much public consensus at this point. Well, I'll tell you basically, Rooflemonger. I think that those numbers that you showed off is just like an abstract for the actual numbers that we see, which tells a better story. Because when you go here, there's a detailed graph. As you can see, they're ranked by points. As that, if they got a top 1 placement, they gain more points. Honestly, with Strive, a balance patch is definitely going to be needed for the top characters like Sol, clearly. Mei, I feel, and Leo to an extent are characters that need overall game plan holes in terms of like the game design, like universal mechanics. Like Mei and Leo would be better if you could IB them, if IB actually mattered. You could IB Leo in Exard easily, and that's how you got around a lot of his back turn stuff. But now with IB being what it is and being a 2-frame window, there's no reason why Leo would not want to just oppress you the way he does, knowing that it's impractical to IB him. Same with Mei and her doing Dolphin. So honestly, like, they really need to change some of these things if they want to move forward with the game in terms of universal mechanics, right? Like, system changes is going to be necessary. I think like Nago definitely needs to have his spin be a little negative. It can't be 0 on block. It can't be 0 on block with the way it is. And if they're not going to change the frame data, they need to make it so he cannot cancel afterwards. Honestly, I get that's his gimmick, but the spin is just too strong in the neutral, and we see a lot of people like Kotashi just using that, and Fukio a lot within the neutral as well to move around, which makes sense, right? But I feel like the Fukio makes a lot of the options that he goes for safe that should be more committal. But aside from that, like, he's a fine character. I wouldn't change too much about him or Leo actually, other than what I described. Ramlethal needs her corner stuff actually adjusted, so that way it's not just a oppressive block string that can go on forever and ever, right? Like, even with FD, she has ways to continue to jail you in the corner. And Potemkin's Garuda Buster needs, or Garuda Cannon needs to be changed, because that being plus 19 and you're unable to interact with him, he already gets a hard knockdown from a lot of situations that guarantee command grab situations. The fact that he gets Garuda impact as well to jail you further and guard break you and lock you out of any other option is pretty bad. I think those situations need to be adjusted and looked at. And Mega Fist is really annoying as a problem. If you don't have a disjoint to deal with it, you're fucked. You can't 6P it. There's just too many variables to deal with Potemkin getting in, and that's why he's so high listed in the overall usage for the character within tournament. And then it's like a lot of these other characters I wouldn't change too much, or I would buff, right? Like, I would clearly buff Gold Lewis and Faust and Anji. I would make these characters better. They clearly need adjustments. I think Ino definitely needs some adjustment in her neutral. You could check out my nerf video on that as well. But I wouldn't change Ino too much because she's already like okay. There's only the neutral stuff that really needs to be adjusted for her to be a more solid character. I'm not asking for her to be insane. I'm just asking for her to be a little bit better in the neutral. Because right now she's more of a grappler than a rushdown character. Zato is just difficult to play. I think he's alright where he is. Chipp is the same. Chipp just needs jump 2k nerfed slightly. Aside from that, his archetype is what it is. You can't really change it. Online kind of like, you know, helps him. So it's honestly not much you can do to change Chipp as a character. I feel like he's alright. And then like everybody else is okay. I wouldn't change them. those would be my like approaches to balancing the game. But who knows what ArcSys wants to do, right? Like, I honestly think also that another thing mentioned in this, right? Like, Leo should not be able to get back turn off of heavy flash kick, honestly. Either that or they really need to change the RC situation where you do purple RC after heavy DPs. I think that needs to be changed as well. So yeah, I mean, that's what I think about the overall state of the game as we head into this patch. That's the past 2 videos that I've seen so far regarding this talk and with this site that I came up here, which I'll link in the description in the video. But yeah, man, tell me your guys' thoughts on this. Like I said with the infiltration video, what do you guys think about this? What do you think needs to be changed? What's your opinions on this? And yeah, are you looking forward to the patch? Let me know. That being said, thank you for watching my video. If you want to find more Guilty Gear Strive content on my channel, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload another good video, alright? And yeah, take care, guys. I got plenty of more content for you guys to look out for, and if you want to be a part of the community, definitely join my Twitch as well, as we do a lot of sub-only events now. So yeah, take care, guys. Peace.